Welcome, everyone. This is Rod Dockter, Global Power Affiliate out of Bismarck, North Dakota, and we've got Mr. Noal Floyd on the call as well. I'm going to unmute you there, Noal. Hopefully, say a little something to the folks. Where are we at here? Here we go. Are you there, Noal?
Hey guys. All right, Global Power here, Shopping Sherlock, Power Team Marketing guys. We're just excited to be able to provide this training to you today. Hopefully, you can take something from it, and if not, just throw it out the window. It doesn't matter. But we're just going to share with you some of the things that I feel like will be beneficial to you, and maybe even open your eyes to some of the things that you might be doing wrong.
Real good. Thanks, Noal. What we're going to do is show you how to actually set up an account, how to do posts, when to post, where to post, what not to do. We're not necessarily experts. Noal is more of an expert at it than I am, I guess. But passing on this information, I think, is going to be vital to your success and everybody's success as a team. Making the posts and so forth. So what I'm going to do initially, I'm going to open up my screen and share with you the Facebook account, and then I'll do a few things here. Then I'm going to turn it over to Noal and get a little bit more in depth. We're going to do some back and forth questions and answers, what have you. But this is where you sign up, facebook.com. If you just type that in, it'll put all this, anything after that, / all that other garbage after that, it'll put that in. But just type in facebook.com, and it'll take you to this site. And all you do is simply sign up for free. Put in your first name, your last name, your email address. You re-enter that email address. Make sure that you typed it the same as you did the first time. You put in a new your password and your date of birth and so forth. And you just click on sign up. Once you do that, all you have to do from that point forward is put in your email or your phone, I guess, and password. I always log in with the email address. I'm going to log in and my back office of the Facebook. It pulls up your personal page, and one of the things that you may or may not be aware of is, and confusing, I didn't join Facebook until last year, beginning of last year, the end of the year before, or sometime around there. So I didn't know who actually saw your posts when you're doing a post. But one of the tricks that Noal's going to show us here is how to make sure that more people are seeing your posts. And one of the things you need to be aware of is when you do a post, you come into, this is my Facebook page, for example. You see the people on here. Eric Chambers did a post. Then we got Sheila, all these different people, Lou. Whenever you do a post and you respond to it, guess what it does? I'm just going to try and show something here. I've already liked that. But if I made a comment on this and then I refresh this page, this particular post would go to the top. So that's why when you go into Power Team Marketing, our Facebook page for Power Team Marketing, when somebody sees a post, I saw a post here yesterday or the day before. It was all the way back to October of last year. And it was a picture of Brandon Ivy. Somebody had made a comment on it, and it brought it right up to the top. So you take a look at when the actual post was made. They've got the information here and so forth. It'll tell you when it was. This is about an hour ago that somebody made that particular post. So you can always bring a post that you want to bring to somebody's attention back up to the top in your group, on your particular page, or in any of the groups that you're, just by making a comment and liking that particular page. Noal, I'm going to turn that over to you, and some of the things that you've been doing is you've been posting in groups. One of the things that you've been doing is also, you and I were discussing here last night when we decided to do this, that you've been putting who can see my post. Type me in the comment. And then after you do that, what you do with that. Take it away.
All right, wonderful. That's some of the things, guys. A lot of you, I noticed even this morning. And am I able to share my screen as well, Rod? Can I do that?
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Share desktop. Of course, I know you can't see it. Tell me.
You're good to go.
All right,
Got you.
you see my desktop, guys?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm on Rod's page right now. Let me click back over to my page. A lot of you are going to instantly see I only have 1,888 friends on this particular Facebook account. And one thing I really need to stress, you don't have to have 5,000 friends on your account or get it maxed out to put people in your business. You don't have to. I constantly clean this out. The other day, I actually cleaned 1,100 and something friends out of this account because I don't like negativity, and I don't like seeing negativity. And anytime I see somebody that's negative or constantly using like vulgar language or anything, guess what? I'm unfriending them, and that's what I do. So I went through a house. It took me about 6 hours, I think, to delete all those people. But you don't have to have 5,000 friends. But I want to show you something really quick. Rod had hit on a point where I said, can anybody see this Facebook post? Comment me. Let me scroll on down through here and show you what happened. And I've done this two particular times. I gotta find all these me's. So there's like 30 me's on this thing. There's one that's got 16 comments with me's. Let me scroll on down here because there's another one. But this is what I've done. All right, this one right here. You can see this post is edited right here. Now, I'm not going to recommend that all of you guys go do this exact. You've only got like 100 friends or 200 friends on your Facebook account. This is probably not going to be very effective. But I put, and initially I put, if you can see this post, please comment me below. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. That's what I put. And then I went and had what? How many people? 26 comments, 26 more, so 27, 28, 30 comments on this, and I'll open it up here, and most of them were me. Now, a lot of these people are already in Shopping Sherlock, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter whatsoever because of what I've done. I went and edited the post after a ton of people commented on it, and I put, if you're ready to start making an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, comment me. All those me's were already there. Several have taken action today. Who is next? And a lot of you are probably thinking, how in the world did he do that? Well, here's what's cool. This guy right here, guess what? He says me. Well, that's my first prospect right there. Everybody else was already in. Well, no, she's not. She's my first prospect. So she says me. All right. So then I put, thank you all. Let's get going ASAP. Don't hesitate on this. Send me a PM ASAP. And of course, he comments me. A few others comment me. Then I throw the webinar link in here. And what happens psychologically, people go up here and read this post. Who's ready to start making a $500 to $1,000 extra per month? Contact me. And they're like, holy cow, look at all those people that commented me. I guess I'm ready too. I want to learn more too. So they just commented me on something they didn't realize that somebody else was answering a different question before. So that's just one little thing that I've done there. I've done that twice this week. If you've noticed, guys, I am number 2 right now on the leaderboard. I didn't expect that to happen. I just came home from Vegas and said, you know what? I'm going to go in and put 2 people in a week. And I've done it. So that's what I've done. But I want to show you something else about my Facebook wall. If I ever put stuff on here that gets no likes, no comments, or very little engagement, I delete it. And here's the reason. Because I noticed something the other day, and that is I saw one person have 20 status updates within 1 hour. 1 hour. Well, here's what happens. As those 20 status updates got 0 engagement, no likes, or anything, Facebook starts noticing that, then they'll actually hide your posts from the news feeds. So it's called an algorithm. Facebook uses this algorithm. So the more you're posting on your wall and your posts are not getting engagement, meaning through likes, comments, or shares, that means Facebook says your stuff is not important. I don't care about you anymore. We're going to start hiding your stuff, most of your stuff, so that people can't see it. And Facebook has done this for years now. So one of the things that I have learned to do is make sure that I provide stuff with good content. Don't just post about your business. Here you can see this is a post about my daughter, but then on the end of it, I fed my business into it. Most people don't even know what business business I'm in if they look at my wall. Of course, a lot of you are like, yeah, we know you're in Shopping Sherlock. Well, of course you do because you're in business with me. But I never mentioned this morning with Shopping Sherlock in probably over a month. And that was because I was talking about, let me scroll up here. I was talking about the 50% bonus increase throughout the weekend that we're getting. And then I was talking about how I was number 2 on the leaderboard. And I put Shopping Sherlock. But if you'll look, this has 17, 18, 19, 21 likes and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 comments on it. Facebook is noticing this post as being engaged, okay? Now you scroll on down here and Penny tagged me. Then here's another thing. Most people, when they tag me, well, anybody, when they prove it, and I would suggest you put you set your settings like this. And the reason being is because you don't want someone spamming your wall with another business opportunity or pornography or anything like that. You want to keep your wall as professional and as locked down tight as you can. This on here, I've chosen to leave it on here because there's already 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 likes, 3 comments. So Facebook has noticed this as being a popular post. Now, if look, this one's got 3 shares on it, and a handful of people have liked it, several comments. But throughout the day, sometimes I'll post something that gets very little content on it, very little engagement. And guess what? I go delete it. I go delete it because I don't want to be one of those people that Facebook starts sure that the things that I continue to post on here have likes, have comments. And sometimes if you just go comment on it yourself, you'll notice on the right side news feed, it'll say Noal Floyd commented on his own post. And then people go click on that. You know, that things that happen. I think it's pretty awesome myself. But those are some of the nuggets I want to share with you. And if you look at my wall here, I don't have a Shopping Sherlock picture right here. I don't have a big glass eyeball in a magnifying glass right here as my profile picture. I have me. I have something that's very soothing as far as this goes. And this is just personal preference. I'm not shoving my business in anyone's face. Now, on work, okay, I did put CEO at what could 500 for you. I did not put I work at Shopping Sherlock. I did not put I work at Power Team Marketing, anything like that. Gotta stir some curiosity. Because if you put Shopping Sherlock all over your wall, people are going to be like, what's that? I'm going to go Google it. Well, here's what happens when people Google it. They're going to Google Shopping Sherlock and they're going to find some good content about it. And then they're also going to find something that says Shopping Sherlock scam. Because, and here's what's bad. Here's what's bad. Is 2 of those posts that say Shopping Sherlock scam are from Global Power affiliates. That's just how they've titled their thing. And when you click on it, you can clearly see it's not a scam. But when people see that, psychologically, they're thinking, oh my gosh, it's a scam. That guy just sent me. They look for the worst. People look for the worst. So I say positive on here. I never have anything negative on my wall whatsoever, and I'm constantly praising people. Welcome to the team. This wasn't even my person, guys. This is Jackie Murray's newest affiliate, Carlos, and I welcomed him on my wall. I was
We lost your audio there, Noel.
lost my audio.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
Am I back? Okay,
Yep.
okay. I don't know what's going on here. You lost me in the webinar too. Um, I welcomed Carlos on my wall, and he's not even my team member. He's Jackie Murray's team member. But look, it got 3 shares. It got a load of likes and some comments. So, guys, regardless whether it's your personal team member or not, I would suggest you go welcome these people. Welcome them. Make people curious about what you're doing. Now, if there's 5, 10, 20 people coming in a day, don't do that. Go pick one out. See, we had like 3, 4 people come in yesterday. I just picked one out. I welcomed my new member yesterday morning. I'll scroll down here, right there. Shavana Prater. I welcomed her yesterday morning, and then 3, 4 others joined throughout the day. However, I picked one. I just picked one. I didn't welcome every one of them. And I said, welcome Carlo Delgado to the team. And I tagged his sponsor in it. That's what I did with Jackie Murray. And it's got 3 shares. Like I said, I think this is something hopefully that'll help you guys. I never post a link on my wall. Go join this business. Go get this free app here. Click here now. I don't do that. I just if people want the app, I make them ask me for the app. That's what I do. Sometimes I might mention, hey, I can save you $200, $400 a month. Inbox me for something like that. Every once in a while, I might say something like that. But I'm the guy that leads with the opportunity. I don't lead with the product. Um, and the reason being, definitely going to say no to the opportunity. So that's the problem. If they say no to the opportunity, you can always say, you know what, I'm going to give you a product for free. I want to let you try it for free, and it's going to save you $200 to $400 a month. No big deal. The business isn't for everyone. But Rod, do you have anything from here?
Yeah, what I was going to ask you, one of the points here, I didn't want to interrupt you though, is the fact that you made a real good point, Noel, that when we're posting, both you and I like to ham it up a lot. I'm taking pictures and stuff. There was actually a course, a Facebook course that I had taken, paid some money for it, and what the guy was doing was taking some video clips and just posting those videos and then putting your link on top of that. That was one of the older ways, if you will, to do business. That was about a year and a half ago. The problem, like Noel says, when you post a link, the problem with that, when somebody goes to that link, and I'm guilty of this as well. That's why I felt it was really necessary for us to do this training, because everybody learns together the right way. When you put that post there and somebody goes to that website, if they don't get the message that you want to give them, if you're not, on a face-to-face situation, you're going to be able to give them the message and sell that sizzle. In other words, what you want to present, what you feel is the best part of the program. That's what you're sharing with people. Well, if they go to the website and they don't see that, they don't see the angle that you're coming from. They might take it the wrong way, and they can't see the benefit of it. They're not gonna fill out the capture page, the information on that capture page, or anything. So you've
Absolutely.
lost yourself somebody that you probably could have worked if you had approached it like Noel says. Start the curiosity. Get them to the point where they ask you, well, what do you do? And that's really key. Go ahead, Noel. You were going to say something?
No, I just said absolutely. And
Oh,
I don't know if you guys were watching that screen right there, but did you see what I did? Did
I,
anybody see what I did?
I was
Uh,
watching some things moving around there, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. No.
which Paul Richmond is on the webinar. Of course, I can't see the attendees right now because I'm sharing my screen. But guys, as soon as someone sends you a friend request, do what I just did. I approved the friend request. I went to his mutual friends. I seen who the mutual friends were, and to see maybe if we were connected somehow. And then I said, "Hey Paul, how are you doing? Thanks for the friend request." Guess what? He's already messaged me back. Great, I'm on the webinar with you. I'm a disabled veteran, very excited about this opportunity. Well, Paul, I'll tell you what, we're glad to have you on board here, and I'm a veteran, so hands down to you. But guys, that's how I start conversation. A lot of times people say, "Oh, people are sending me friend requests, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do." Go connect with those people. Go connect with those people. But Rod is exactly right. If you're trying to paint a picture on your wall and then you just slam a link out there, and that link is not what you've been trying to get people to perceive, be lost. All hope could be lost of everything, and you don't want to do that. You want to actually make sure that you're engaging these people in such a way that strikes interest. And that's why I lead with things like, do you want to earn an extra $500 to $1,000 a month? Paul right now, I don't know. He can type in this chat box if he wants to. Are you already involved in Shopping Sherlock, Paul?
Yes, he is.
Are you
He's
involved
on
in
my
Shopping
team.
Sherlock? Okay.
He's on my team,
So
though.
Paul is
Yep.
on Rod's team. So I know with a disabled veteran, as a disabled veteran, he is probably on a limited income, with being a disabled veteran, and I know right now in the top of my head that $500 to $1,000 extra a month could be life saving and a life changing event for Paul. It could be for Paul, depending on. I mean, some people. I've got friends on military disability that are, I mean, they're rocking more of an income than me. So he might be in that position. I have no idea. But I know that he is on a fixed income. Okay. It's fixed. It's absolutely fixed. He can't get a raise. He has no really retirement there. That's what it is. So he knows that an extra $500 to $1,000 a month benefit him tremendously. And guys, I'm telling you, 3 years, 4 or 5, 6 years ago, when I started losing my income, if I would have had an extra $600 a month, it would have kept me out of bankruptcy. It would have. And so that's what you've got to paint the picture. You can't say, hey, I got this program where you can earn 10 grand a month. That's great, guys. We do have a program where you can earn 10 grand a month. But for most people, they start looking at that, 10 grand, that seems too good to be true. But when you start talking about more like $500 to $1,000 a month, guess what? Then they thought, well, you know what? I can really use an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. Who can't use an extra? I don't care if you're making 6 grand a month. You could always use another 1,000. So
Absolutely.
that, that
Absolutely.
that's amazing. You can always use another 1,000. And I know a lot of us do group posting. Let's hit on that real quick. Groups, um,
Okay.
because what used to work does not work now. I'll just say that. Let me go find my groups over here. Let's go to some groups. This one's called Advertise, Spam, MLM, whatever. But it's let me show you something. Pure fact about these groups. She's got a pinned post here. She is the moderator of this group, evidently, if she's got a pinned post. Join the fastest growing MLM in history, which that's a lie. We are MLM in history. So she's got 6 comments, and she's the moderator, but she shoved this marijuana opportunity down these people's throat. Anyway, you go on. This lady has posted here, and guess what? 0 comments, 0 likes. Let's just scroll on down through here. 0 comments, 0 likes, 0 comments, 0 likes. I think you get the picture. So do you think that if you're doing the same thing these people are, that you think that if you're doing the same thing these people are, that you're going to get the same interaction they are? If they're getting 0 comments and 0 likes, don't you think that that's probably what you're going to get if you're just in here posting the same kind of
Absolutely.
stuff they are? Join my opportunity. Hurry up and join my opportunity. And I might run across some of you here in a minute, okay? And I'm not going to point you out, but I'm just trying. But I mean, look at all the links here. How many people do you think actually clicked on that link? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to like it. I'm going to comment. I'm going to put sounds great. Let's connect. Now, she's in Bitcoin. I'm already familiar with Bitcoin. I'm already familiar that Bitcoin is money made out of air. So, you scroll on down through here.
All
This
you need
guy
is an
says
air
retired,
compressor.
unemployed. That's right. That's it. That's all you need for an air compressor. Retired, unemployed, laid off, insufficient income. I won't like it. Comment on it. Been unemployed and hate it. Connect with his post. Don't like every single person's post. People connect onto you. Here's Brain Abundance, guys. That's a very fast growing company right now. But this guy, he's struggling because he's just posting his opportunity in here. You can see 0 likes, 0 comments, anything like that. DS domination. I mean, these people are struggling so bad. Regardless, they might be pretending that they're making a ton of money. That's what they're not. This guy's in an American group and he's posting in Scribble. I can't read it. Chinese, I think, might be Japanese, but I can't read it. So he's posting in a group here where nobody really can understand what we're saying. Um, I mean, check it out. Who's going to check that out? But unfortunately, guys, I see some people on our team doing the same stuff, and I honestly can't believe I haven't run across some of you yet. But I used to do this, okay, and this used to work. It no longer works, and the reason it used to work is because 3-4 years ago, Facebook marketing had really not existed. It was non-existent. So if you think about it, when there was only maybe 1 million people on Facebook that were actually, It was more attractive. Now there's billions of people on Facebook trying to do this, and they're getting nowhere with it because every single one of them have the ultimate best opportunity. When in reality, the best opportunity is connecting with people. It doesn't matter because we don't have to be in Shopping Sherlock. We're in Shopping Sherlock, but we don't have to be one of the best teams in the industry. I believe we're the best team in the industry. For any of you that were with us 6, 7, 8 months ago, you know that we were in another company. We were in another company that merged into Shopping Sherlock. But we made our company so great because of the team that we had, and the support that we offered. Then you can see this lady right here. Cash back guarantee in 1 month if you don't get a commission from Stythorpe. Stythorpe, that's profits spelt backwards for anybody that don't know that. But and they go on the thing of no recruiting, stuff like that. One thing I got to make sure it's important that when you're pitched another opportunity, I would go check it out for ammunition. You want to go make sure you know some of these people's comp plans. You want to know, you make sure you know their pay structure. They only get paid 5 levels deep, 7 levels deep, something like that. And that way you know you have ammunition when somebody else comes to you next time and recruits you for their business. You already know what their pay plan is, or anything like that. So that's pretty amazing. Here's another. This might be Bitcoin. I don't know. I can't read that right there. But so it's pretty amazing. And pictures. One thing, if you're going to post in groups like this, I suggest videos, YouTube videos of yourself, or say, hey, look at what my mentor Rod Dockter made up today. This is just amazing, and our team support is so awesome. But don't pitch your opportunity. This lady's selling knockoff Oakleys, but you can go down through here, and this guy's $20 a month, $5 a week, makes 6 figures in 6 months. Now, is that believable? Not really. Is it doable? Probably. Okay, but don't lead with things like this. Things that you want to do in these things is strike curiosity. If I were looking to add a second stream of income on top of what I am already doing, I can't spell.
It's always tougher when you're typing on a webinar, though, too. No.
I know. What would you suggest? I am looking
That possibly little adjective in there is good.
yeah. So now, I'm not looking for a second stream of income, and a lot of people know that I'm not. But here's what's going to happen. I'm going to post this, and I would say within a matter of several minutes, I'm going to be bombarded with a bunch of spam. A bunch of people are going to send me their link. They're going to send me this, send me that. But you know what? They're also going to send me friend requests. And in return, guess what? When I make Facebook events and they go to see my wall, they see my wall and they're like, hey, that guy's the number 2 leader in his company. He ain't looking for an opportunity. What's he doing? What's he doing? So they message me. What are you doing? And there's where the conversation starts. Rod, I'm going to play here in a second if you want to.
Uh, I didn't quite hear what you said. You're going to what?
So I'm going to turn it back over to you just for a second, but we can do some role play here in a second if you want to.
Yeah, not a problem. One of the things that I wanted to make really clear to everybody on the team, Power Team Marketing, make sure that if we're not a friend, if Noel's not on your friend list and I'm not on your friend list, to send us a friend request. We'll accept that. And what that'll happen is every time somebody makes a post on the team, it'll show up on your wall. And just take a few minutes every day to go down there and like those posts. It's like Noel was talking about. We want to make sure that everybody's post is a positive posts and doesn't get rejected by Facebook and so forth. The thing of it is, if you send off a bunch of friend requests to people you don't know and they don't respond for it to that friend request for 2, 3 weeks, a month, whatever, that's when you end up in Facebook jail. They shut you down for 4 or 5 days, 7 days, what have you. They're really getting tough on people when you're doing posts. And when you do a post, I'll go back to my screen share here. No, great information there, buddy. Appreciate you sharing that with us. But you go back, I'm on my page now. One of the things that you want to do when you do go and do a post, I'm going to go to my home page. Take a look at the link. Make sure that you test the link out. If you are putting a link to a video or whatever, just don't put a link out there and thinking it's going to be good. One of my guys posted this morning, and I'm not saying it here right now, but he posted a link this morning to supposedly his website. Well, it was blank. It was a dead link. So then it goes to search engine saying, hey, this is available or whatever. So people are going to be confused if you don't. I'm not saying this to be cruel, but if you don't know what you're doing, you need to make sure that that link is live if you're going to put a link in there. And like Noal says, I've been putting links in for a long time, and obviously, Noal is showing his success on Facebook. He's developing relationships, and that's what it's all about. I've been in the people business all my adult life. I just turned 65 last October, and since 21, 22 years old, I've been in the financial services and insurance industry. So I've been working 100% commission basis all that time. The bottom line is, if you don't go out and do something, you're not gonna eat probably the next month or the next day, what have you. So you need to have the drive as an entrepreneur. But when you're out there building on Facebook, you have to throttle that back a little bit and realize that you're not going to stick your business in their face. Just relate to the situation that, okay, if this was me, how would I like it if somebody kept on posting their business each and every day, about 2, 3 times a day? What are you going to do to that person? You're going to block their posts. That's exactly what's going to happen. So we don't want that to happen to any of us out there. So what we want to do is, when we do a post, like Noal said, keep it positive. Keep it as positive as possible. I always joke around. I'm always messing around with different pictures and everything else. And like I said, the thing I'm going to do from this point forward is I'm not going to be putting my post out there. I'm going to inbox me for details. Just put it out there. If it gets their curiosity, making statements, asking questions. Questions is the best way for somebody to open up when you're talking to them face to face. Questions works the same way when you're posting on a Facebook page. Just take a look at all these groups. I'm in 25, 30 some groups, and I was doing the posting every day. Well, the problem with that, so were all those people. If there was 2,000 or if there was 10,000, all those people were doing the same thing in those groups as well. They're trying to promote their business. And like Noal said, they're struggling in most cases, just like you are, because you're just starting out. So why not ask the questions and get the curiosity going? Maybe you'll get that individual to, friend you, send a friend request, and at that point you're going to develop a relationship. They're going to realize from the posts that you're putting out. You do family posts, you do jokes, funny videos, whatever it is that you share on Facebook. And once in a while you do the business as well. You're asking questions about the business. When they see that you're a genuine person, they're more apt to do business with you, because that is what people are looking for. Communication out there is what's lacking in this world, and we're always trying to get into somebody's face and what have you. People don't like to be sold. Just remember that. I'm sure that 100% of you on this call don't like to be sold either. So when you're doing your post, just keep that in mind and keep it in the text that, okay, would I like this post if I was seeing it for the first time on my wall? Now, the thing that we're talking about is when you have somebody that you haven't talked to for a while. Let's say you got 1,000 friends. or 2,000. It doesn't matter what the number is. If you're not posting on their wall, occasionally going to their wall and liking some of their posts, no matter what they are, it doesn't matter. Just go in there once in a while and click on and try to update. Whether you go through 10 or 20 a day of the friends that you have, go to their wall and click on like or comment of some sort. Guess what that does? That puts you back in the queue. So they're going to start receiving your posts where they weren't before. They may not have received it. If the same thing that Facebook does, the shuffling. They sift it out, and if you're not doing posts that anybody likes, nobody comments on, nobody shares, guess what? You're taken out of the queue. So your posts are probably not going to be seen by anybody out there. So how do you correct that? You just start going to other people's in your friend list and start liking and commenting on their posts, and that'll bring you back into the queue. And then when you do a post on your page, make sure that it's a positive, and get that curiosity by asking the questions and so forth. But again, when you do a post, and I'm not, like I say, I'm not seeing it here. Um, Dan, one of my guys down in Oklahoma, I think he's in Oklahoma. He just moved. He was in Florida. Um, uh, he put a link up here and it was dead. So if you're going to be doing that, make sure that you actually test that link out. And all you have to do is copy the link, open up a new window, and then just paste that link in that window. Boom, whatever it is. And I don't even know what I've got in there. Oh, that's the Shopping Sherlock. So anyway, if you were to do that, just paste it and make sure that it works. That pulls up, says sorry, but this message is private. So if somebody got that and you you posted that and it's a private message, guess what? They're not going to see it. So why put the link up there? So you got to make sure that you're aware of what you're doing, what you're promoting, and how you're promoting. So back to you, Noel. If you got some
All right.
interjection, some comments.
No, that was absolutely true. That's something I learned because I started noticing that I started not seeing so many people's posts in the news feed. And I was like, what's going on here? What's going on here? And then I would go to their wall, even so much as going to their wall, and then like 2 days later again. I was like, no, wait a minute. So as I started liking, I would go through their post and make sure you're liking something positive. You don't want to like something negative because it shows in the right hand side news feeds now that you've liked it. But Larry had a question here. And it says, what are you doing? What do you answer when they say, what are you doing the first time? Now, Larry, are you talking about when people come back to my wall and and when I said, they were wondering what I was doing, because I was already doing something. Is that what you're talking about? I think that's what Larry's talking about.
Larry,
That's where the conversation starts.
excuse me for interrupting, Noel. Larry, if you
Yeah.
want, now let me unmute you. Go ahead and talk, Larry. You should have an open mic.
Okay. Yeah, that's the question I was asking. Noel said that the people come back to this wall and they see a clean wall, but and he's kind of teased them on their site, and they say, "Well, what are you doing?" Uh, I was wondering about. Well, does he say, "Well, I'm in shopping Sherlock," which that's not what I think he really says. I think he has some other things that he says to them to get the conversation going, and that's what I wanted him to discuss.
Here's what I've been when people that are already in network marketing businesses approach me with that. Here's what I say. Usually, here's what I say. I'm in the best building business in the world. I'm in the best relationship building business in the world. And I even said that on my wall the other day when all those people were commenting me. I had a guy comment me, and then it wasn't no time later he says, "What are you doing?" And I commented back, "I'm in the best relationship building business in the world." And that was Mr. Ken Peterson. Guess what? He signed up with me 2 hours later. 2 hours later,
Wow.
he signed up with
Awesome.
me because the conversation started. He messaged me. He said, "I love that." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I love how you responded to that." I didn't say I'm in shopping Sherlock. Now, sometimes, depending on who it is, what they're into, or how well I've read them, I might say, "You know what? I'm with Power Team Marketing." and we represent a company called Shopping Sherlock. I never say I'm in Shopping Sherlock. I want people to know that there's the presence of a team there. I want people to know that they're not coming into business with me and that I'm going to leave them high and dry. Because let's face it, there might be many of you on here right now that you don't even know where your sponsor is. Okay? And that's just the cold hard truth, guys. This people, I think they tend to get in these things and they think they're going to see $10,000 the first month, or they're going to see 20 grand the first month because that's what their sponsor said they could do, and their sponsor's not even making that. And one thing I'll never forget, and I've asked this to my last two sponsors and my last two businesses: where am I going to get my help from when you quit? Where am I going to get my help from when you quit? That's a pretty powerful question, because it makes them sit there and think, what is he talking about? If they can't provide the essentials and tell me, hey, we've got a team in place, because you have to understand that not everybody is going to hang around through the hard times. They might go out there and make a quick $2,000-3,000, and they might be happy with that, and they might leave. And they're going to leave you high and dry. So I wanted to know, where is my help coming from when you quit? And basically, we have Power Team Marketing here. So I use that as leverage, because if you'll find most people out there, and I think, Dean is on here right now. I think Dean's on here, but Dean can tell you, he might have had to hop off. But Dean, one of my new personals, he can tell you that it was all hype. It was all full of hype in his old business, and they claimed to be able to help. But his personal sponsor even told him, "I don't have time for it. I'm sorry, I don't have time for that right now." So, he didn't even have a team in place over there to help them. And that's one thing I use as leverage right here is is uh, is that we have that team. And guys, we talk about the power of a team can help you reach your dream. I'm telling you right now, that's absolutely true. And if you plug into the team and what we're teaching you, it can help you reach, your first milestone, whether that's $500 a month, $1,000 a month, or more. I think Penny's wanting to say something really quick.
Okay, just a second. Where are you at, Penny? Here we are. Go
Hi,
ahead, Penny.
everybody. Can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes, we can.
You know, I just did a three-way call last night for Jackie Murray, and I don't know if she's on here right now or her person that just signed up. His name is Carlos Delgado. One of the things he said was he was really afraid to get into another business because he'd been in 3 companies, and 2 of them are like legacy companies in this industry. And he said as soon as he signed up, the sponsors were nowhere to be found, and he was left. And really didn't have a whole lot of guidance. And when I shared with him that, we are a team, we are here to coach, train, and mentor you. We give you thousands and thousands of dollars of training absolutely free. And you do not have to rely on just your personal sponsor, but we have leaders that are here to help you. Anybody. They don't even have to, be in your lineage, meaning your upline. They could also be in your downline. That we are here to help no matter who you are or where you are in this organization. He said, where do I sign up? And that was powerful. I said, let's start right now. It was, I think, about 10:45 p.m. California time. And I think he was in Ohio. He signed up last night just because I told him that. So that's how powerful
Awesome.
Our team is.
Absolutely. And that's thanks, Penny, for sharing that. That's part of the problem we have. Just like Noel and I discussed this before, we joked around about it, but it really is a serious matter. We get somebody into the business, we talk to them, and they're all pumped, they're all excited, They decide that, hey, yeah, they commit to you that you're going to be doing something. Then all of a sudden they join the witness protection program. You can never get a hold of them. They don't answer their emails. They don't answer their phone. They're not attending the webinars. And then all of a sudden, they go by the wayside because they're not getting any knowledge. They're not getting any support. In order to excitement sells, if you will. We have a situation, we're all human beings, and we all need to be pumped up once in a while. It's a negative world out there, and we're up against negative stuff every single day, no matter what. We can't let it steal our energy, but in most cases it does. So we need to stay around positive people. And in order to stay excited about an opportunity, we have to stay in contact with that opportunity. Just like the end of, if you set up a goal, and you don't see that goal ever again, once you set that goal, guess what? You're never going to get there. But if you can see that goal line, if you can see that, if it's a mile away, if it's 10 feet away, wherever it is that you want to get to, financial goal, whatever it is, if you can see that and you can visualize that and you stay in contact with that goal, guess what? You're going to get there, because that's the way we're built. We're all energy, and we can create our reality. If we stick around negative people, guess what? We're going to turn negative. And we're going to give up our dreams just because there's something that we ran into if we're not staying plugged into the opportunity. So, just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, when you're looking at bringing somebody into the business, just like Penny said. She talked to them back and forth, giving them information why they should join our team. And again, it is our team. Power Team Marketing, Brandon Ivy at the top is just incredible. Like Noal says, you can listen to him read the back of a Cracker Jack box, whatever it is. I mean, I just love the guy. The guy has got so much knowledge and so much finesse that he can present the issue to anybody out there. And he's a people person, and that's what we're here for. Noal, myself, Penny. All the leaders out there, we're here to help as much as we can, because helping you helps us, and it's the glue that holds us all together. So that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure that you bring that information across, so that aura, if you will, for lack of a better term, comes across to the individual that you're dealing with. Make sure that they understand where you're at, where your heart's at, and that's what Noal was talking about when you were posting on Facebook. If you're making posts about the business each and every day, like I say, it's just like a bad commercial on TV. Guess what people do? They turn it off. They're going to do the same thing with you if you're doing that. But again, very importantly, make sure that you send friend requests to everybody that's on the team. Everybody, so you can relate back and forth, so you can see their posts. So you're going to be able to, without going anywhere, you can just log into your Facebook account. You're going to be able to see all the posts of everybody. Sure, there's going to be more posts on your page, but you're going to be able to go through there, and it's a learning process. We all learn from each other. And if you like somebody's post, do it. Just share that and make a comment on it, because that's going to help them out, and it's going to help you out, because now you're going to get more posts because of that positive action. So take it from there. I was going to say, it looked like Paul had a question here, but he must have just dropped off. He must have lost his internet connection. Anybody else with a question out there? Penny, did you have something else to share with us? I'll unmute you here again.
Sorry about that.
No, not a problem.
I didn't want my barking dogs to interfere.
Oh, that's fine.
Somebody had just asked a question. Has anybody ever used the promote a post feature on Facebook? And I have used it, not daily, but I use it on my promoting of my YouTube videos that I'm making. And I recently have started to get more business partners who have found me on YouTube. Now I have over, I think, 140 videos that I've created. But, a lot of people, when they hear of a new company, or they know that, this is a new rising company, or how we are the #1 growth in the world right now for us, they will, instead of Googling the word Sherlock or Shopping Sherlock. They'll go to YouTube and do a search for Shopping Sherlock, and whomever's videos appear in that search, they're going to listen to. Now, there may be like 20 people that have a video out there. So, they'll go through, and I actually asked, out of everybody that has a Shopping Sherlock video, why did you choose me? And one person said, I just kind of went through and listened to other people's videos, and if I felt a connection, if something they said, or maybe it was a tone of their voice, then they decided to contact me. Whereas, some have contacted Noal or you, Rod. So anyway, that is another avenue, and it does cost money. I think it's $6.99. And 24 hours after you use that feature, you will get feedback that shows you how many people actually saw your post. And I've been getting sometimes, one time I had about 30,000 people that actually saw it. That's powerful.
That's very powerful. What? Excuse me for interrupting, Penny, but what is that service again? It's you're paying for $6.99 for promoting your post. Is that what you're doing?
Yes. Yeah. When you make a post and you click the post button, it takes sometimes about 5 minutes, but go back to that post and you'll see there's like, share, edit, or promote. If you click on that word promote, excuse me, then they'll go ahead and every one of your friends and their friends and their friends' friends and so on is going to see that post. It'll go across their news feed.
I know you shared that with me here a month or two ago that you were doing that once in a while, and like you said, you mentioned that 30,000 likes or whatever on that particular one. That's huge. I mean, and that's how you build it. Brandon Ivy started the business mainly on YouTube and Facebook, and that's how he built his business. So it can be done, but the terrain has changed because everybody's doing it, doing the same thing or trying to outdo somebody else. So we have to have that unique approach. What we're talking about when we're actually doing the post. So, any other information there that you want to share, Penny?
Yeah, and you guys, I know it costs $6.99, but what you have to realize, in order to grow your business, part of your money when you're, start making money is you have to reinvest it in your business. And when I first started, I wasn't making money, but you have to do things in order to generate followers, exposure, and it's $6.99, and it's 100% write-off for your taxes.
Great. Thanks for sharing that, Penny.
You're welcome.
Okay. Mute you here again. Okay, Mr. Paul Richmond, if you have a question, you had your flag up earlier. I see you're back on the call now. Do you have a question? If so, just raise your flag. I'm not seeing it.
Larry has a question here.
Mr. Larry Brown. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I noticed that you or Noal One had Skype minimized on your desktop. Do you use that much, and how do you use it? Do you keep it open all the time? Tell me
I
about it.
use it, Larry. Noal is the one that's got it minimized, I believe. Right, Noal?
I do.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have it on. This is on my wife's computer, and that's where I actually do have it. But I was having some issues with it. But that's how the UK group really builds their team around the world, and that's an excellent way to use it. Go ahead, Noal. Why don't you speak towards that a little bit?
Okay.
And Paul, I see that you're there now, so I'll get you next, Paul. Go ahead, Noal.
I never used Skype before this business. I used it when I was deployed with the service, but as far as business, I never used it before, and that's one of the things that I think Simon and all of them have really encouraged. And let me just go and open this Skype real quick, but this is more of a Facebook. I don't want you to get too in depth on this, but you can look at. I mean, I have loads and loads and loads of contacts, and a lot of times in my YouTube videos, I'll put my Skype ID in there or something like that. But I also have a software that helps me find contacts. But mainly, I mean, you can see my favorites are people, in Shopping Sherlock, Thomas Bang, this Pedro guy. He's a prospect of mine right now in Mexico. LCPS for support. That's where you guys get your whatsupsherlock.com pages. That's my support team. And then other ones, Brandon Ivy, Michael Weeder. Me and Michael Weeder communicate on a daily basis through Skype. So it's pretty amazing to use that. It's one of those things where I think people need to expand outside their territories. Get out of their comfort zone, and and look at different types of marketing. And Skype has definitely been an avenue of approach I've taken in the last few weeks. I haven't had anybody sign up off Skype, but I do have some strong contacts on it. So that's just one of those things right there. And for me to say what I'm about to say, it probably blow most people away, but I have built 95% of my organization off of Facebook. I have. I just started approaching the whole realm of face-to-face marketing. I'm going to say probably less than 0.5% has come from YouTube, and probably the other 3-4% came from like places like Craigslist. And now I no longer do Craigslist because of some of the changes that they've made, and it's just part of it. One thing I want to add on as far as the Facebook goes is, you can't just reel them in usually with the message. You have to do like what Penny was talking about. You got to get on the phone with these people, and we'll do a role play here in just a second. But a lot of people are like, I don't know how to get these people's phone number. Well, one, if you're using a capture page, more than likely they're going to leave their phone number. If they don't, just ask for it. Just ask for their phone number. If they're not willing to give that up, more than likely they're not suitable to be on your team. So my word for that is next. My word for that is next, because a lot of people, I'm telling you, if they truly want to do something, they truly want to change their life, they will give up their phone number for you to call them. If not, they're just playing around, they're not serious, and they don't really want a life change. They just want to talk about it. So that's where I'm at with that. I don't know how anybody else feels about that, but that's basically it. Because if people won't give their true information, their email address, their phone number, they're not really interested. And some people are like, oh, they're afraid of being scammed. How are you going to get scammed by somebody giving you a phone number? You might get some phone calls you don't want, if you give it to the wrong people. You might get some spam email, but you're not going to get scammed. But basically, people had to have an open mindset. You got to have an open mindset outside of what they're normally doing. And that's what we're doing right here. That's exactly what we're doing right here. And, I think we should probably get into a role play thing here. And I don't know if, I think Paul still might have a question, but
Yep, I'll
we
open
can,
up Paul.
okay, we can definitely, possibly even bring one of our guests up, and I can open up my Facebook and they can message me as if they're asking for more information or something. We could
Okay.
even do that and just go from there.
Okay, I'm going to open up Paul's mic. Go ahead, Paul.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Great to be here with you fine folks. And the only thing I was going to say, I was just going to make a point that I've got about 1,000 friends or so on Facebook, and a lot of them like to poke me. It's a function, and it's like on your left column when you hit your home button in Facebook, and it shows you how many people have poked you. It's down towards the bottom under apps. But I've stayed connected with a lot of veterans just by poking each other here and there, and it lets them know you're still around. And so it's kind of a nice feature. And then you kind of know who you're regularly poking and getting poked by. So I think it's a nice thing to do, and it keeps you connected in another different way. And because when someone pokes you, because it tells you and it shows you the list of people who poked you, and then you just click on the button to poke them back. So a lot of people poke me, I poke them back regularly, and they're more apt to see my posts and respond to them too, I've noticed. So I just wanted to make that point. Great to be here. Did I get
That's an
lost?
interesting feature. That's I was actually debating with someone the other day about the poking feature. I don't personally use it, although I do get poked on a daily basis a lot, and send a message. But I can see where you're coming from on that. Rod, do you think we ought to open it up for a role play right now? Did I lose Rod? All right, I am not able to hear Rod. Can you guys hear me? Type Y in the chat
Oh,
box if you can
sorry
hear
about it.
me.
I had my mute.
Okay,
I was muted out. I apologize.
I
Yeah,
got you. I got you.
we're getting right at the hour right now. We don't want to take a lot of time, but yes, I think that would be beneficial, definitely. How do you want to do that? Do you want
Okay.
somebody to send you something on Facebook, or what would
Yeah,
you like to do?
somebody that's one of my friends on Facebook. I don't care who it is. I'll get the first one that sends me a message. I want you to send me this exact sentence because usually this is what most people send me. Can I get some more information about working from home? So send me something like that on Facebook. And Penny, I don't want it to be you. I want it to be somebody that's not a global. And that way we can just do that. And I'll open up my screen share here. I think I'm already sharing my screen.
No, well, there you go. There you are.
Okay.
Paul Richmond just responded to you.
All right. Let's see. Can I get some more info on working from home? And I'll say, this is exactly what I say. Hey, Paul, how are you doing? Hanging in there. Thanks for asking. That's what he says. And I'll be like, hey, that's great. Now he's typing, so I want to make sure he gets done typing before I send anything else. But I need to make some extra money to get by. Can you help? Sure. But first, guys, you always have to maintain control of the conversation. Let me ask you a few questions.
And what he's doing here, ladies and gentlemen,
And he
he's
might say, oh,
qualifying. He's qualifying the individual.
right. Now, at the same time, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to click on Paul's name up here. I'm going to go to his page. I'm going to go see about Paul, okay? Okay, he's got this nice little swimming pool. He doesn't have any cursing on his wall, nothing like that. He's got this video on his wall. I'm going to go over here and see what he likes. I know some of you thinking, why are you doing this? I would just let anybody in. Guys, I don't let just anybody in my business. I tell people no on a daily basis. Oh, let me go back to Paul's wall. It says he lives in North Carolina. He's from Maryland. He's married. All right. And he says, go ahead, I'm all fingers. So I look at his photo up here. American flag. Good stuff. There's nothing negative on Paul's wall. So I'm going to proceed with this. And I'm going to ask it. I'm going to say in order. Now he's typing, okay? So I'm not going to enter this in until he gets done typing. Guys, most of this stuff's coming up off the top of my head, okay? And I said in order to understand what you're needing, I need to know how much money per month you're looking to make to see.
And he made a comment there. I have been checking it out and like what I see.
Okay, now Paul, don't answer me before I type this in.
Yeah, slow down, Paul. You are all fingers. You're typing away.
All right. So I said, in order for me to understand what you're needing, I need to know how much money per month you are looking to make to see if what I have would work for you. And he says, at least $500. I'm like, okay, we can do that. But here's what I'm going to say. What would an extra $500 per month do for you? Paint the picture, okay? Guys, this does take a little extra time, but people need to know that you care about them. People have to know that you care about them. And he's going to answer here what that $500 a month could do for him. Most of these conversations can take anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes, sometimes a little longer, because sometimes people that have been in network marketing before, they really start digging for information. You're very rarely going to find those people that, I mean, are just digging and digging and digging in your initial conversation. He says, get my wife some much needed clothes and cover the gap for the bills right now. It's hit and miss to cover the gap. And I'm going to say, I completely understand. You got to relate, okay? And here's where I use my story. I was bankrupt just a few years ago. $500 a month sure would have helped me. Here we go. I can't spell again. Are you willing to earn more if that is available? Always end with a question. He says yes. And I'll say great.
Make that heck yes, huh? I love it, Paul. Most people don't have the ability to hear the question coming to you before you see it on your screen, Paul. So
And here's what I do. I put, great. Do you have time to watch a 7-minute video on my website? Now, don't answer that yes, okay? Don't answer it yet. Here's how I want you to answer this, Paul. I want you to answer this of, well, can you tell me more about it first? Okay, because a lot of people will get that. He could have said yes, and a lot of people do say yes, okay? But a lot of people come back and say, well, can you tell me more about it first? And I'm going to show you what I say. So, well, this is 99% visual. It could take me an hour to explain what a 7-minute video does. Do you have 7 minutes now? I hope that just cleared some things up for you guys. I used to struggle with that so much.
what you end up doing, Noel, is you're getting commitment out of the individual. When they come back and say, yeah, I've got 8 minutes and I can do it now, you're getting the time. You know, the bottom line is you never ask a question that they can say no to. In other words, hey, how would you like to get together? I've got some time on Wednesday, or would Thursday be better? You always give them a couple different options when you're in the sales business.
Right.
And again, this isn't really sales, but it's still people business. So you want to treat the same situation. Go ahead, no.
Absolutely. Now, if he would have told me no at that point, I'm not going to give him a link, okay? If he would have told me no, I would not give him a link. I would have said, okay, what time is best for you? And then I've got a pad of paper by my computer, and I would have wrote down Paul Richmond, contact him at, let's say he said 3:30 p.m. today, okay? And then I would re-engage the conversation. Hey, Paul, are you available to watch that video now, like we had discussed before? Okay, but now he says it makes sense. I'm also 99% visual. Go ahead and post a link here, and I'll watch it right now. Sounds great. And here's what I'm going to do. Check it out here. Now, if you guys notice my link is noalfloyd.com. It is not noalfloydshoptillyoudrop.com. It's not noalfloydshoppingsherlock.com. It's not shoppingsherlockwithnoal.com. It's noalfloyd.com. I've had that for 3 years. noalfloyd.com. It brands me, okay? Now, I can put that right here, but I'm going to check it out here, noalfloyd.com, and I'll say, and write down your questions. I'll get back with you in about 10 minutes. Does that work for you? Always end with a question. Stay in control of the conversation. And I'm going to show you, okay? I'm going to click on this right now and show you where this goes. It goes to a capture page, okay? You don't necessarily have to be using this capture page, but it goes to a capture page. Now what happens is Paul's going to go over here. He's going to enter his name, his email address, and hopefully his phone number, okay? And click on Find Out More is what he's going to do. So then I'm going to get an email that says, guess what? You just got a lead from Paul Richmond. And if he's left his phone number, instead of me coming back to Facebook in 10 minutes and saying, hey, Paul, did you get a chance to watch the video? Or what did you think? I've got his phone number, so guess what I do? I call him. Hey, Paul, it's Noal Floyd. And he's like, whoa, So he gets to hear from me on firsthand, right there. I got his phone number. I call him 10 minutes later because I know he's had ample time to watch the video. Hey, Paul, it's Noal Floyd. And he's going to be like, hey, man, did you get a chance to watch that video? Yes. What did you like the best about it? Not do you want to do this. What did you like the best about the video? That's the question to ask.
No,
Go
excuse
ahead,
me for
Rod.
interrupting. The video that you show them, is that one of the new videos that you got plugged
It
in there?
is absolutely. Let me fill out that form and I'll show you.
Okay. Because I know that's a question that some of these people are going to have. Well, what's he actually showing them?
Yeah. Okay. Now this video right here. is actually going to show them the brand new corporate video that's 3 minutes and 55 seconds long. Okay. To me, it's a teaser video. Okay. It shows them the compensation plan. It shows them what we do right there in 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Now, some people and most people are not really ready to join off of that video, but they might be on your site and they might be looking here and they're scrolling around. Oh, learn more. Learn more. Okay. Let me learn more right here. And now we've got Brandon Ivy coming up here and really engaging the compensation plan in this video right here. And from here, sometimes they can make an educated decision and go ahead and hit join now. Then it goes to your sign up page. Okay. Now, most of the time, and most of you can agree, that when somebody your capture page, they don't sign up right off the bat. I very rarely have had anybody sign up instantly. Guys, that's normal. Okay? So when you do that, don't get discouraged because they didn't sign up instantly. This is where the communication comes in hand. And you can say, after we've talked and, what did you like about it and all that good stuff like that, you can say, oh, I almost forgot. We are also having a live webinar tonight at 8 p.m. Central. You can hear from Can you make it? And you can do that. And if it says no, guess what? You can go grab a YouTube video if they need more information of a recorded webinar. So it's no big deal. A lot of times, guys, once you get them on the phone, okay, remember, paint the picture, the $500 a month. That's his goal, okay? And we're going to show him, the video showed him how he can do that. And basically, you know, you keep talking about that $500 a month, you know, and how it's going to do this, how it's going to do that. And, you know, he says, I'll try, thanks. And I'll be like, great, I'll look for you there. Now,
Great
here's another
information.
nugget.
Noel, excuse me for interrupting again. That 3 minute and 55-second video is the one that shows the affiliate program and the compensation plan, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Okay. Just wanted
It
to
does
clarify
not
that.
show. Yeah, that's all it shows. It's the one not on the Shopping Sherlock homepage, but the one if you click on become an affiliate,
Correct.
it's on that page. Yes.
Okay.
So after he said he would try to come, thanks. You know, let's just say he's, you know, needs that more info. Well, you get on the webinar, and you know, one thing you want to do is maybe 10 minutes before the webinar starts, just say, just type in here, hey Paul, here's a reminder about the webinar we're having in 10 minutes. I look forward to seeing you there. Leave it at that. Okay, leave it at that. And then and type in the link and say, be sure to put my initials behind your name or something like that. And I know everybody can't see the attendees in the box. However, when Brandon or myself or whoever's doing the webinar says, hey, if you can hear me, please press Y in the chat box. So as people press Y, well, Paul Richmond's name pops up. He's got a Y beside it and your initials. Okay, so you know that Paul is in there for you. So that's pretty important as well, because we can all see the chat box and the people typing in the chat box. Now, if he needs more information, most people, guys, after they've seen the initial 1 or 2 little videos, they don't need any more information. All they need is that picture painted. They need that phone call, and then they need a 3-way phone call. I don't know. Let me see here. And I can't stress, guys, I talk to people on a daily basis that's on my team, and I say, you know, all you've got to do is do what we're teaching you to do. All you've got to do is do what we're teaching you to do. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yet I've never been on a phone call with them. So basically, you're not doing it, okay? So phone calls are very important. I've been on phone calls with Valerie here, Larry, a lot of face-to-face stuff with Larry. I've even been on phone calls with Penny. Let's see here. I think that's about all my team I'm showing. Shavana is brand new. Welcome to the team, Shavana. She joined yesterday. And we're looking forward to getting her started. I used to actually work with her husband. Hopefully, I'll never have to do that again. No offense to your husband, I just don't want to ever work again. So, we're just going there. I love her husband today. I think he's a great guy. It's funny because for the longest time, her brother works with me as well, and everybody calls her husband Roy at work. Well, I thought her husband's name was Roy for like 4 months, and finally the foreman was like, hey, can you go give this to Mark? I was like, who is Mark? I didn't even know he worked with a Mark, but Mark was Roy. So I thought that was pretty funny because I didn't know that Roy was Mark for like 4 months. I called him Roy every day and didn't even know his name was Mark because that's what everybody just called him out there. I have no idea why, but it was pretty funny. But I worked with a guy for 4 months and thought his name was Roy, and it was actually Mark. So that's just a little comic relief right there. But it was great. So Shavana, I think I actually woke up yesterday morning and she had sent me a message. She says, okay, I'm ready. And so we look forward to working with you there. Tell them how to address the objection of why do I have to pay money to work? Okay, I'll hit on that right there. I will hit on that. Why do I have to pay money to work? And here's how I address that. One, this is not a job. This is business ownership, and I don't see anybody standing on the street corners giving McDonald's franchises away. Okay? But I know Shavana can probably testify to this, but her husband, Mark, probably spends close to $400 or $500 a week just going to work. She might be able to testify to that. I don't know exactly where he's working right now in conjunction with where they live, but I will guarantee you they spend $400 to $500 a week going to work. I did as well. I was spending close to $300 a week in gas, sometimes $400 a week. And so that was, that's an eye-opening thing. A lot of people think that when you have a job, you're not actually spending money to go there, but you are. Okay, when a person goes and gets a job, no matter where it's at, they have to have transportation to get there. They have to have transportation to get there, so they're going to either spend five, ten, $20,000 on a car just to drive to work, and then they might be required to wear special boots, a special pair of pants, special glasses. They might be required to wear those things, and their company might not provide it for them, and they have to buy it. And then they might be buying extra food or something like that just to go to work. You're putting tires on your car more often than you normally would because you might be driving further to work. So when it all boils down to it, I was more than happy to spend $249 on a business opportunity that could produce me that kind of money versus going out and spending $1,500 a month on my normal job.
Plus,
That
that's a
because that's
one
about what
time.
I was spending was about $1,500 a month on my normal job just so I could continue to get a paycheck. So right here, one time 249, 34.95 a month. To me, I'm like, why wouldn't you? But like I said, I don't see anybody on the street corner giving away McDonald's franchises, so we're not going to give a franchise away either.
Very good point.
I
Very
hope
good
that
point.
works. I hope that helped.
And the thing of it is, when you're looking at the bottom line, if you start a brick and mortar business, if you get a McDonald's franchise, for example, you're looking at paying for real estate. You're looking at a monthly rental. You got employees. You got all the headaches and everything else. Like Noel said, this is a business. This is a home-based business. The terrain has really changed over the last 15, 20, 30 years. It does not make any sense at all to start a brick and mortar business in today's economy when you can go into a home-based business like Shopping Sherlock for a one-time fee of $249 for the license to be able to give away a free product and pay $34.95 to stay in business without any of the headaches of being a self-employed individual, an entrepreneur that owns your own business. Yeah, you don't have the commute. You got maybe a 4 or 5 second commute from your bedroom to your office and your home, what have you. You don't have the gas. You don't have all that. You don't have any of that nightmare that somebody else that's in the brick and mortar business has to contend with. The fire insurance, all those things. So here you've got the ability, spending $249 one time, $34.95 to stay in business, to be able to develop an unbelievable, it's unlimited amount of income on a monthly basis. But we've kind of gotten off the trail of the Facebook deal here, but but good information, great information
Right,
though.
which people will ask those questions on Facebook,
Oh yeah,
So I think it's important, and people like Penny said the pyramid scheme thing, and I won't hit too much on that, but I mean people do ask that. It's just one of those pyramids, and usually I ask people, I lead it with a question: what is the pyramid scheme? I ask the people that. A lot of times people can't answer the question because they don't even know themselves what a pyramid scheme is. They just know what their broke Uncle Roger told them. That's all they know. So they don't know. And a lot of times that'll squash the whole conversation. When I ask them what is a pyramid scheme, that'll squash that whole question, and then they're on to something else. Keep the excitement going, guys. On Facebook, stay positive. Um, Make sure that you're engaging in other people's posts that are in Shopping Sherlock. Make sure you're liking people, their posts, you're commenting on their posts, anything like this on Shopping Sherlock. Another thing you want to do is go like the corporate Shopping Sherlock Facebook page. Go like it. Stay engaged on that. The more people see that and the more likes it has, the more people we're going to get involved with. So that's a very good thing there that you need to do. Make sure that if you're having trouble with anything with Shopping Sherlock, maybe your app isn't working right, or maybe your cashback isn't working right. One thing you don't want to do is come onto a corporate webinar and post in the chat box, "Hey, cashback's not working today. What's the problem?" Ugh. No one wants to see that. This is where you need to inbox your personal sponsor and say, "Hey, I'm having an issue right here. Can you help me out?" Or send a support ticket, okay? Because that's it. We can't please 10% of the people, but I guarantee you we can please about 90%. So that's one thing we want to do. That's just a little webinar etiquette right there. But Rod, do you have anything else? I know we've kept it an hour and a half here, but I felt like this needed to be done, guys, because I see so many people. They're trying so hard, and a lot of people are saying, I'm working, I'm working really, really hard." But the thing is, guys, you can be consistently wrong. Okay, you can do this consistently wrong, and you'll get nowhere fast. So that's one of the things that I just wanted to, because we're growing really fast right now, and I wanted to hit on these things before people started in the wrong direction. Let's just stay positive. As Troy Dooley says, live life like it's an epic adventure, and if you're in network marketing, live like it or act like it. So that's one of the things, network marketing. It's not called sit on your butt marketing. It's network marketing. Network with people. Connect with as many people as you can on a daily basis. And don't be afraid to mention this face to face to people. Back to you, Rod.
Thanks, Noel. Great information. I just wanted to share with you, this is a post that Noel did on Power Team Marketing back on March 12th. I'm just going to click on the like button, see what that does. Then I'm going to refresh the page. And see if it brought it to the top, and it should have. This computer's really slow. I apologize for that, guys and gals. That's got to get to the top here. Okay, here we go. There's Lou. It's going to make a liar out of me there, Noel. Do I have to make a comment on it? It should have just been a like. It should have brought it to the top, right?
Sometimes when you like it, I found that out. Sometimes when you like it, it doesn't always bring it to the top. I don't know why.
Okay.
And all the time when you comment, it will. But sometimes, if you like it, it will. It's not Facebook. They have. I don't know how they decide that. I have no idea.
There's 11. Let me do another one. I'll find another one of your posts here down. Then we'll let everybody go for the day. This has been great training. Yeah, here's that March 12th. I'm just going to put in there great post. Like you said, the same thing. I got my wife's computer here and I hate this keyboard. Wow.
And see, this is one reason right here what Ron's doing that is important to be engaged on other members of Shopping Sherlock. Because if you go comment on their post, guess what? It shoves it back up to the top of the news feed. And eventually, when you have, 5 people going and constantly interacting on each other's Shopping Sherlock posts, guess what's staying at the top of the news feed?
Your post.
Shopping Sherlock. Right.
Shopping
so
Sherlock.
That's very important.
There it is. Right there. It's just, this one here is pinned to the top. My post for all the videos, and then Noel's is right there, March 12th, because I put down great post. It brought it to the top. So that's how you do it. Just getting and keeping it in their face, if you will, without being. And don't do that, 20 times a day, ladies and gentlemen. You just want to, do it once in a while to bring that post back up. If you like a video that you post that you want to make sure people are seeing it, when you've got 2,000 friends, 5,000 friends, or even 500-600 friends, there's going to be a lot of posts there that are going to be happening during the day. When they make that post, yours is going to go down towards the bottom. To bring that back up to the top, so everybody sees it when they come to their page, just do a comment of some sort. Like will usually get it there, but making a post like Noel said will definitely get it there. Thanks everybody for coming to this call, and this is recorded. We appreciate your time. It's been an hour and a half, right at almost at the money here. So that's all for now. We'll catch you on the webinars, and plug into the team, plug into the webinars, stay plugged into your team support, and like Noel says, make sure that you use the system. Use the three-way calls. It doesn't matter if it's upline, downline, sideline, your sponsor, whoever it is. Find somebody you're comfortable with doing those 3 ways with, and then edify that individual, introduce them to the person you're talking to. that system works because, hey, there's more than one of you in the business that's trying to promote that. And that's impressive to the people that you're talking to. Bye for now, everybody.